Miami Heat just got their first win this season, right on the Clippers' court. Rothstein pointed out how everyone on the team played a great part in that victory.
We just saw Danny Manning's impressive shot, and look at the surprise face on this guy right here.
Here's James Shue after Lord Nixon's unfortunate miss just now.
Game over. Pat Cummings is thrilled, a player who previously played for the New York Knicks. And Rothstein says they finally ended the tough streak after starting the season with 17 straight losses, which was really hard to bounce back from. The Heat now have an NBA record. That's Rory Sparrow we saw just yesterday. And here's Ralph Sampson, finally back from a tough injury and now playing again with the Golden State Warriors.
Sampson was a key player in college.
Sampson stood out in college basketball and made his mark professionally with Houston and now Golden State. He aims to rekindle his glory days from Virginia, where he was an All-America, Rookie of the Year in '84, and All-Star MVP in Houston. These achievements set high expectations for his career.
Many say Sampson's main problem is mental. He seems reluctant to fight for rebounds. Physically, though, his knees are the bigger issue. Robert Parish, recently named Player of the Week by American coaches, points this out and keeps emphasizing it. Parish is definitely one of the few Celtics starters who are still actively playing on the court, as we will be seeing during tonight's game. In fact, only Kevin McHale shares that same status of still being in great shape and contributing regularly. Meanwhile, Craig Hodges, who is currently playing with the Bulls, continues to make his mark in the basketball scene. Who came from the Ferry Sands,
who arrived after being with Milwaukee. This is Steve Alford,
who the Dallas Mavericks recently cut, and exactly who has signed with the team, Golden State Warriors.
And Shelton Jones has left this team.
Larry Bird is now on the injury list, but thankfully it looks like he'll be healthier sooner than we all initially expected. Meanwhile, Kenny Gamble has just been signed as the latest addition to the team. And Charles Jones, who was injured in the last game, really pushed himself to play for his team despite the pain. We also have Rex Chapman, who is the top player on his team, the Charlotte Hornets, currently dealing with some pretty serious back pain, which could affect their performance.
Salman went on the injured list, and Del Corey is back in his place.
And watch out for Sam Bowie, who's back to serious training. Kiki Van de Wyk is the same. With these two reinforcements, their team could achieve great things.
And honestly, this has to be the dumbest free throw attempt of the entire season.
Honestly, that might just be the dumbest play of the entire week. The ball ended up exactly right where you saw it land. No surprise there.
Here's Jabbar, who visited the Celtics court recently. It's Kareem's last regular season game at the historic Boston Garden, and the crowd, once fierce rivals, gave him a well-deserved standing ovation, showing respect and admiration for his incredible career.
We have a deep passion for Larry Webb and his unique cowboy-style applause. We also spoke with the legendary Red Auerbach here in Madrid about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's immense impact on basketball. A legend honoring another legend. Remember, the iconic Beat LA chant began on the Boston Celtics court. It's still one of the fiercest sports rivalries in the US, embodying the true spirit of basketball passion and competition. Still, you can see the Boston Garden crowd warmly applauding and showing respect all around to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I imagine Esteban probably already has a speech ready to say goodbye.
Well, they still have a few games left in the season, and there's also the game the Lakers played at the Boston Celtics court recently, which, by the way, they unfortunately lost.
During a frustrating series of games on this last East Coast trip for the Celtics, which unfortunately ended with more losses than wins, it really highlighted one of those critical crisis moments every good team inevitably faces at some point in a season. That both of the top NBA teams this year, the Pistons and the Celtics, are currently going through some real challenges and struggles.
Here we see a Utah high school basketball team with real promise.
With a female coach.
She is a female coach who has an incredible asset, a true league all-star, Karl Malone. He occasionally drops by the high school to hold special basketball clinics, sharing his skills and experience with young players eager to learn.
He's teaching future players not just the essential game skills, but also how to shape their lives with discipline and dedication to truly become NBA stars in the making.
Karl Malone is currently the NBA player who gets fouled more than anyone else while being defended, which really shows how dangerous and dominant he is on the court. Michael Jordan is averaging 35.1 points per game. Malone is right behind him as the second highest scorer in the league. We're definitely going to see Jordan in action in tonight's game. Olajuwon is grabbing an impressive average of 14 rebounds per game, with Barkley not far behind at nearly 13. Parish holds third place with 12 rebounds, and both Malones continue to be prominent on the boards. Currently, there are 3 rankings where Karl Malone previously stood, but now Stockton has surpassed Magic Johnson. Keep an eye on the other Johnson from the Philadelphia Suns, that's the Phoenix Suns, who's proving to be an extremely dangerous player this season. In the Atlantic Division, New York remains in first place, followed closely by Philadelphia. Meanwhile, Cleveland has managed to move ahead of Detroit in the standings. Heads up! Dallas, Denver and Houston are basically tied for the top spot right now. And the Lakers, despite the few games they've lost recently, still hold a solid 2-game lead over the Portland Trail Blazers in the standings.
There it is, the matchup between the Blazers and Hornets from December 14th, just a few days ago, as you all saw.
And that's the key man for the Hornets, Kelly Tripucka. And there's Coach Larry Brown of the Spurs, who's looking worse by the day.
Here's the game result you've been waiting for. Pistons versus Cavaliers, a really crucial matchup in the Central Division race this season. Doherty takes the shot, no good, but wait, there was a quick tip-in right after.
And here's another incredible one coming right up. The Cavaliers really dominated with a score of 119-98. Unfortunately, John Sully got injured during the game, as we all saw. Then on December 15th, last Thursday, there was an intense game between the Jazz and the Knicks. Johnny Newman made an amazing play that really stood out. Now, looking at the final moments, Wilkins had a great shot, and there it is, 117-116, a close win for the Knicks. What a thrilling finish.
Jerry Sloan, the Utah coach, isn't looking too happy at all, and there we have the moment.
Cavaliers, another key game in the Central Division. It's been a basket. Thanks. Here comes another basket for Mr. Harper, making it 120-94. How are the Cavs doing tonight?
And Fratello's face.
Farewell to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, honored with a unique jukebox full of songs, a memorable gift making this send-off truly special and unlike any other we've seen.
There's Magic's basket.
And this marked the very first game that the Lakers lost during their entire tour.
In the East, 115-107. The Bullets beat the Lakers 110-107.
We already have Paris's biggest game this season. It was actually against the Knicks.
What a real shame it was, that tough game against the Knicks. The Celtics managed to come out on top, winning 117-104. And the man you see injured over there is Lafayette Leak. Pat Labor stood out as one of the best NBA players this season, along with the amazing Alex English.
And of course, Clyde Wrestlet.
Making the tough look easy, as always, thanks for being with us. The Nuggets ended up losing a close game, 124-127 to the Blazers tonight. Over at another court, the Lakers faced their second loss here against the Wolves, with Michael showing incredible skill, scoring first with one hand, then the other, despite the strong defense from Walker, at a score of 16-103. And of course, with a player of that caliber on the court, anything is possible.
Colin's super pleased.
Willis Reed, coach of the Nets.
A man who made this rookie, Morris, who is one of the best on his team and one of the top rookies this season.
Here we see Willis Reed leading his team to an impressive winning streak, 3 straight games since he took charge last season. What a remarkable shot that was. And the Nets beat the Lakers.
Here, the Washington Bullets are joyfully singing Jingle Bells to spread holiday cheer.
As a Christmas gift,